Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Charles Turner. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the 2017 film The Basement. It says something when this film gets like a 3 point something on IMDb. I know IMDb, who gives a shit, but at the same time, when a film gets that low of a rating, you do give pause. I'm like, yeah, this deserves it. This is a film that's just boring as hell. It takes place in Budapest, Hungary. It doesn't know if it wants to be found footage or not found footage, so it tries to do a weird combo of both that just doesn't work. It just makes it more sporadic than anything. The acting dialogue is subpar. I don't know if because it's funny, they say a lot of them are exchange students, but they still have the very thick Hungarian accents. Feel like I want to do a skit from SNL or something. Go to pump you up. That's not Hungary, but I don't know any skits involving Hungary. So I keep saying that because I'm hungry. But I don't want to eat this shit. Just like the first 5 minutes is a film crew. They go into a basement. They get killed because they get pulled off screen by some force we don't see till later. So that's found footage. But then we have our main guy, because it cuts, credits, then we're with our new characters, main characters, and he's shooting footage. I don't know why he's shooting footage. I don't know if it really explains why he's shooting footage for the shits and giggles. But okay, imagine I'm filming this, right? This is a webcam. I'm filming this. Okay, someone's filming me, right? I'm filming. Spooey's best with my brain. Someone is filming me. This is found footage. I'm talking. Or I'm talking over here. You know, look at the person's eyes, not there. Now, what if all of a sudden it cut to as if I was holding a camera talking to this person, yet I'm not holding anything? That's what it does when one of our lead guys is talking with this old man, and like he's holding a camera and he's like blah blah blah, but then it cuts to an opposite like POV. I'm like, where is that coming from? Is that another camera? Is that some other? No, it's just this director said, I'll use found footage when I want, and when I don't want, I just won't use it, and I don't care. That's not the right way to do that. It makes it more confusing to the audience because you set them up for one type of film, and then they're too busy thinking, well, wait a minute, is this another person's camera? Is this a surveillance camera? Oh, wait, now we're back to the footage. Oh, it's from this camera. But, okay, where is this coming from? No, wait, it's not. You already are losing the audience. And when you don't have much of a story, you have shit characters. You have a party that has this weird purple haze. I don't mean the song. No Jimi Hendrix in this. This weird purple haze. And then you have a guy, one of our characters has a horse mask on. And for the first third of the film, has a horse mask on and has no dialogue. This is a horror film. You look at the cover. It's supposed to be scary. And the first third is a guy with a fucking horse mask on saying no dialogue. Why? Just why? And I swear during this party, sometimes it felt like the music was louder than the dialogue. Which I guess is fine because the dialogue ain't worth listening to. So, most of the people leave the party, they do this seance, horse guy leaves, and then the rest of the five, they're looking for this cat, they go into the basement, as big as a fucking football field, and they find horse guy bleeding, masked off, and then pretty soon after he's taken, killed, whatever, and you have this killer, female killer, that I didn't mind her mask. She had like a mannequin type of mask, kind of like the cover there. Didn't look too bad. The idea that because the mask is there's a bit missing, so she moves her teeth, the top and bottom part were clacked. I don't know how else to word it. It's not a bad looking mask. It should deserve a better movie. And then just these guys, these 5 people trapped in this basement for the rest of the film. In the biggest basement I've ever seen. And they're going through this room, trying to figure out what to do. They're trapped, they can't escape. The 5 people, to describe them, a guy, lead girl, another couple, and some fat schlub who, on a dime, will turn and go, "Oh, we are done here because of your old slut? Here is my knife. I got a knife on your neck. I could do this. I could kill you." Then with a switch, "Oh, never mind." I mean, where's this guy? This is bad acting. I don't know. I don't know what you are doing. Maybe we should go over here. I don't know. And just then wander around, and there's not much to talk about. There's not much happens. Again, switching from normal to POV, whatever the fuck he wants to. They finally find, they think it's a demon, but the fat schlub like, "It is not a demon." They grab her, they easily overpower her. Then they tie her to a chair. Then they burn her. The fat guy's been stabbed. They said, "No, you must leave without me." This is a guy that, in a drop of a hat, is ready to cut someone's neck. Now he's like, savior, self-sacrifice. "No, you must go on without me. You send someone back for me." It's like, what the fuck? Whatever, man, whatever. Then there's a second of these things. Kills one guy, slices his throat. The other 3 run off. They find the old guy from the beginning, who doesn't believe them. Then the crazy bitch comes out, kills the other girl, bashes her head in. That's the most you get out of gore. So if you're going in for gore, you're not getting much. I'm sitting there going, you guys overpowered the last one pretty easily. There's like the 2 leads are just sitting there huddled, while this one is slowly walking up to their friend. Why don't both of you grab them, tackle her legs, bash her face in? There's 2 of you, or at one point 3 of you. You're able to overcome one, but not this? What the fuck? Or when she's dead and there's the old guy got in somehow. How about, like, you know what, dude? We're going. Lead us to the police. No, we're not going anywhere. Tell us where to go. We're leaving. We don't get back help. Or we don't do this. Nope, we don't do that. Instead, the 2 lead the old guy back. The one girl gets grabbed and taken, and it's this confusing mix of she's being taken, but then it's found footage, then it's not, then it is, then it's not. She's tied up, but I don't even know why she's tied up, because it didn't lead to anything to her being tied up, because then It's like the killer said, never mind, choked her and dabbed her and killed her. Then the guy runs to her and he gets killed off screen. Yeah, so pretty much your lead guy gets killed off screen. Well, the killer's doing this, and the guy's like, and you see some blood spray. Oh, and you want to hear the twist? The twist is that old guy from the beginning, who's here at the end, is the father of these two girls. These two girls, there were two, were her daughters. And the one daughter got burned alive, and this is the other daughter. And the mother was the first one these two ate. And the father keeps them hidden in the basement. And then he finds the fat guy and tells him this. Then puts gasoline on him and burns him like his daughter was burned. Then the movie's over. And I'm like, oh, that's your twist, okay. The twist didn't really make me feel one way or another. I'm like, I honestly didn't think it... I know they try to amp up the supernatural, but I didn't really think it was supernatural anyway. Because it still wasn't really doing anything remotely supernatural. How did it get around? I just figured it was secret walls, or secret passages, or it knew this area so it knew how to navigate. Or, okay, there's a second one. Again, it's like it wants the audience to be so fooled. It's like, no, I never bought into this supernatural stuff in the first. It just was like a lame, shitty slasher film. And it's like, what do I talk about? The characters are not good. You barely know anything about them. The dialogue is at times, during the party, hard to understand. Or, out of the blue, they kind of get into, like, the one fat schlub. It's like, yeah, he's a bit of a dick, but then like he's ready to cut someone's neck, then he's not. He's like, make up your mind, dude. You're more schizo than the killer. You're not getting much for kills. You're not getting much for body count if you're going in for that. The location looks like a basement. The direction, subpar. Like when the lead lady is tied down, the director like spends so much time doing these. Let's look at this corner of the room. Let's look at this corner of the room. Let's look at this corner of the room. Then looked at this corner of the room. Then looked at this corner. I'm like, dude, we get it. Now you're trying to tell the audience this is such a crazy room, but you're spending so much time. It's like you being a guy who loves the smell of his own farts. Just relax. Again, it's hard to take you seriously when the direction again doesn't know if it wants to be found footage or it doesn't want to be found footage. Like even at the end, there's a bit where when the old guy's talking to the bleeding fat guy and the other daughter, the one still alive, is coming towards them, it's like a POV, like a found footage. Did the thing tape the camera? That wasn't really established well. And if so, why? And it's like it didn't. It just did stuff for the shits and giggles. Just, it's not really the right way to do it. Just, and it is a camera because you see the POV of coming towards the old man and the overweight guy. And I say that because I don't know his fucking name. There's distortion in the corner, like here, like video footage. So it must be the camera, but I don't remember the girl taking it, and why does it have it, and what is she... It looks like she can't do much, but she knows how to deal with a camera, or she put it... I don't know what the hell. Somehow it's attached to her somehow? I don't know. I don't even know. And even if it is, like, why is she... Like I said, when you don't have characters you give a shit about, there's no sense of establishment with them, you're just bored. It's like, here's a bunch of people with thick, heavy Hungarian accents who can't act the way out of a school play, running around a basement. The one guy died off screen, so technically there's just 5 people here. And again, throat slit, head bash, one dies off screen, one's choked, and one gets... he just burned, but you don't really see the fire. You just hear it. So I didn't really. What do you get out of this? What are you supposed to get out of this? The killer has a decent mannequin type of mask, but other than that, they should have stuck to one thing. If you want to be found footage, just be found footage. If you want to be normal, just be normal. Yeah, I know stomach. I know. Even my stomach groaned at that. Or I said, why? I don't know why. It's just boring. Just come out as bored. There's not much to talk about. There's not much really happens during his runtime. And why, during the party scenes, why there's this weird purple haze over everything, I don't know. I guess the director just likes the color purple. Not the movie, but the fucking whatever. Why, if this is supposed to be a scary horror film, why do you have a guy with a horse mask on as if it's a rip-off, one of those $5 rip-offs of Animal House, those movies after Animal House was a hit? Sequel to Teen Frat, I don't know. Although Teen Frat is way better than this movie. You're supposed to take it seriously, but then you have a guy with a horse mask on, not talking for like 20 minutes of your movie straight. And it's like, it's not that scary. It's not suspenseful. Because you don't care what's going on. You don't care what happens. When the twist happens, fuck, I saw that twist, spoiler, it's not the exact same twist, but The Descent Part 2, which was a shitty sequel, where you see a character earlier on, and then when a survivor tries to escape, she just tipped down the hole. Does this person take care of these things? And that's a shitty movie too. That probably pissed me off more because it's a sequel to a good movie. It's a wasted potential. This is just a bargain basement, no pun intended. You probably get this for a couple bucks at Walmart and still feel ripped off. Saying we're fucking bargain bin at Walmart. Maybe entice people because of the cover. Well, you can go ahead, but you ain't going to get much out of it. That's just my opinion. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.